Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with SimplerOptions.com, and in tonight's free video, I wanted to look at the idea of financials moving higher. So when you start this analysis, or one of the things that I like to look for in these charts is a daily squeeze. So we've got this signal that's showing up down here in the lower subgraph of our charts, and it's just the idea that I'm going to take that, and then I'm coming back to the weekly chart to try to analyze the overall trend here, which strikes me as being prevailingly bullish, holding the moving averages that I like to see, and overall the pattern of this trend is higher. Now, a couple of the places to focus on, because you can trade XLF, which will look a little bit better once it can clear about 2830 or so, but then a couple of stocks inside this that'll also be worth keeping an eye on. And I may actually even prefer erring in some of these individual names because I have signals that I prefer. That's to say, when you look at XLF on the weekly chart, it's holding the moving averages okay, but there's no squeeze on that particular time frame. Squeezes just let me know that there may be a little bit more of oomph, very technical term, but a little bit more oomph behind the move. So when you look at that and you see that you've got it in JP Morgan and that you also have this in Goldman Sachs, these might be two stocks to pick out inside the ETF to look for a little bit better result. Now, you might look at Goldman Sachs and say, you really think that weekly squeeze is about to fire long? Because it doesn't look especially attractive off this weekly chart, and I'll give you that. I would also have you come back and look at this past instance. So you can see where the weekly squeeze here took several months of consolidation. Right back down here was that kind of tough move where you didn't come quite down to test the lows, but you were down below the 34, etc., and then the trend just resumes back up to the buy side. That is very similar to what I'm looking for down in this area. So it could push a couple of dollars lower, but I feel like over the course of the next, let's call it 3 to 5 months, I would like to look for a nice bullish trade in there, and I think that these signals will help give us that footing. So I hope that's helpful, gives you a couple of things to consider as you start prepping your next round of swing trading, and we'll see you at the next free video.